Why is it so hard in TRT to find the formula to have good erections? Why is it hard? You mean, why
Oh.
is it not hard, right?
Ah, dad joke.
So why is it so hard?
Basically, when people think of their erections and they think of their sex drive, they always think of testosterone as the only thing that affects that. And your erection is definitely affected by two other things aside from the biochemistry, which is testosterone. There is the brain side of it, which is your brain perceiving anything as a stressor, whether that's training too much, training too little, eating too much, eating too little. And then there's the blood flow aspect. And I would say Jordan is great for dealing with a lot of the blood flow issues. But when it comes to the brain issues, understand how your body perceives stress. It does not think, oh, rock hard boners and procreation are going to be my priority right now, when it thinks that you might die or you are starving, because it doesn't know the difference. And so the analogy that I always like to give is if you're doing a 1 to 3 RM squat, you are mid rep in this squat, you are grinding, you don't want that spotter to grab the bar, so you are literally veins popping out of your head, you look like you're about to explode, your eyes are completely red and all bleary, and you're almost there, and your love interest walks in front of you naked and was like, yo, let's go get it on. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult to switch gears and obtain an erection mid rep of a 1RM squat. And the reason for that is because that is the same type of feeling that your body feels when you are under stress. So, shifting gears like that, you have to be in more of a parasympathetic, state to obtain an erection, where ejaculation is very sympathetic driven and fight or flight. So thinking that it's just a testosterone issue is not looking at it from the whole aspect of the fact that stress is a massive, massive player in it. If you think about the pandemic, I know, Danny, you were talking about how everyone questioned their protocol during the pandemic.
Myself
Everyone
included.
questioned, yeah, they wanted Cialis. They thought that something was wrong with them. Like, this is where a lot of issues stem with younger guys, where they think something's wrong with them because they have issues with their erection, but they're so stressed the hell out that they don't realize that it plays a really big role.
Yeah. Imagine all these videos that I do and learned through that pandemic, and I was getting to a point at really high stress. And I was like, hey, libido's off, erections, should I adjust my dose? And I started taking my dose. I'm like, you idiot. Like, no, it's not the dose. Like, you're fucking worked up like crazy. Like, it's not, there's nothing I could do in my protocol. I have to treat the stress. And for your thing about the love interest, like I train at home and my wife trains at home, so that happens to me all the time. And I'm in my middle of my rep, and it's true. It's like,
I'm
so
sure when
I
you
can't.
walk, naked in front of her and she's squatting, she's like, get the fuck out of my way.
Pretty much, pretty much. But yeah, guys, erections are not just tied to testosterone levels. Okay, so
It could
yeah,
help, but it's not everything.
yeah. Again, if you're doing the 1 week, 1 time a week shots, and you're having ED issues, again, increase frequency by all means to the point that you feel pretty much stable throughout the week. Look at your blood work as a hint or a clue. If you're looking at your free testosterone levels and it's anything significantly below 25, definitely raise it. Most of the guys that I talk to that report feeling optimal or optimized and having no issues, their free T tends to be somewhere between 30 to 50 nanograms per deciliter. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to feel good there, but that's where a lot of them seem to. Okay, so you can use as a guideline, say, okay, if I'm low, much lower than that, and I want to make a change, well, a lot of the guys tend to fall in this zone. So let me try to raise my dose a little bit to get there and see what it is. Maybe I'll feel better, maybe I won't. Okay, maybe you need to go above, but you have to try more, try less, increasing free and figure out what's the ideal weekly dose that makes you feel best, and what's the ideal frequency of injection that makes you feel best. And then once you've got that as best as you can, then you can start saying, okay, well, now let me address thyroid, or let me address deficiencies like minerals or vitamins, or let me address liver, or let me address whatever. But do one thing at a time. Dial in the testosterone as well as you can, and then move on to other things.
Consider becoming a channel member for exclusive features, like loyalty badges, early access to new videos, funny stuff like rough cuts and bloopers, members only photos and status updates on the community tab, and members only livestream chat. On desktop, use the join button next to the subscribe. On mobile, use the join link in the description.